This podcast is sponsored by One Gutter Guard, the premium gutter guard that delivers the highest performance, quality, and value to your customers. From its different mesh filters to its unibody construction, One Gutter Guard can be the difference maker in your business. Are you interested in becoming part of the exclusive dealer network? Contact them today at onegutterguard.com or just give them a call. Now back to our show.
What's up, guys? This is Tim with the Gutter Growth Podcast. I got Matt Hyden. Matt is the owner of Clippa, which is pretty special to me because I had an awesome year last year. And Matt's going to be speaking at the Gutter Summit. And how you doing, Matt?
I'm great, man. I just came off a 3-week vacation across Europe. So I finally got a good night's sleep last night. Just got back on Monday, actually technically Tuesday, 1 a.m. So I don't even know what day it is. I'm trying to figure that out. But anyway, doing awesome. Very excited to be part of Gutter Summit, right? Gutter Summit?
Yeah, Gutter Summit. Yep.
Yeah, very excited about that. I'll get it straight one of these times. Brand new.
So for the people who don't know you, can you give them a little bit of your background?
Yeah, for sure. Matt Hyden, president of Clippa, and I've been in Christmas lights since 2006. So back then, I started a marketing company that was outside of the Christmas light industry, but I was part owner of another Christmas light company. I don't own it anymore, but anyway, we started that marketing company, grew it to 500 employees, $6.5 million in revenue, the second year in business, and just crushed it. So that was a great experience. It was directly associated with the home building industry. When 2008 hit, if anybody was around at that time, you know exactly what happened to the home building industry. So the company went like this, but it was a good run. I learned a lot from it, a lot of ups and downs, and then ended up selling that probably about 2011ish, and really jumped back into the Christmas lights and started doing commercial installations in Southern California. So Clippa was formed in 2017, basically just as a Facebook group of installers helping installers, Tim helping, Joe, like, hey, what do you guys do in this situation? And bouncing ideas off of each other. And it's just grown and developed. And we have, close to 8,000 people part of that Facebook group. And we've trained over close to 2,000 people over the years, teaching them how to start a Christmas light business.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. For those of you wondering, why are we talking about Christmas lights? Well, a lot of the gutter guys slow down during the winter, and this is like a perfect add-on service that you can market to your existing customer base. You could get new customers, and you can really add to your bottom line. Mm-hmm. And it's Matt taught me at Clippa how to do it on the leasing model. So it's something that, you get recurring revenue every single year. I went to Clippa, what was it, maybe September, Nashville.
Yeah. That was a good one. Yeah. And you nailed it right there. It's for individuals that do slow down during the wintertime. And we know a lot of people. Pressure washing, power washing really has been our main, industries that we've been going after. But there's so many, gutter. I've never thought that this would slow down during the wintertime, but this is a great lead in. And we know a ton of people that are doing more in that 3 or 4 month span with Christmas lights than they are all year long with their other, service related business, which is insane. There's so much opportunity in Christmas lights, and you've seen it, you got the taste of it. I'm not sure what you did revenue wise, but there's so much opportunity in this industry. And a lot of people are just like, wow, that's a thing. It's a huge thing. It's a multi-billion-dollar business with a lot of opportunity.
Last year was my first year. I think it was like 248 grand.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's amazing. First year, that's amazing, man. Kudos to you. Yeah.
And then right now it's Christmas in July, so I'm already getting people booking for this next season. They're getting their deposits in. So it's a really cool business. I had a lot of fun with it, and it's a perfect add-on business. And us gutter guys, we're up there anyways. You're right up there at the gutter line, and you're kind of accustomed to being on the edge of the roof.
Yeah.
So it's perfect.
Yeah. In doing that 240 revenue, your first year, with the leasing model that we teach, and in our trainings, we teach a lot of different things. We'll teach you a leasing model. We don't just tell you a leasing model. Matt said, this is how you do it. This is how you do it, type thing. We teach you what is the benefit of the leasing model, or what is the benefit of using, this particular strand or that type of stuff. So it's not just me shoving information down your throat and saying, this is what you should do. And I'm always learning, which is great. And that revenue you're talking about, it's a lower margin the first year. You're probably hovering around 40%, somewhere around there. But the nice thing is with the leasing model, you're going to be a 75% or probably 65 to 75% margin this next year because you own all the product. So that's a huge opportunity for you to grow year after year. And the nice thing is you're building this inventory of products. When you go to the next year, if the Smiths don't renew, guess what? You're going to put it on the Joneses house, and you're at a 70% margin that first year on the new customer, which is great. So, and that's benefits of the leasing model.
I mean, even if you don't do 240 grand or whatever, because I was pretty aggressive, but if you just added on $50,000-$60,000 revenue, that second year, that's mostly profit. You're going to bring in another 40 grand profit the following year, and you probably add new business to it. So, for any business that slows down in the winter, I feel it's a really good add-on business. A lot of people don't realize too that there's a big difference between commercial lights and homeowner lights. Can you go over that a little bit?
Yeah, typically the homeowners lights, and when we train you and teach you, we teach you to stay away from installing homeowners lights. First of all, you don't know where they came from. It's typically Home Depot or Lowe's crap, that don't last very long. And it's just, you're setting yourself up to fail if you go after that and start doing homeowners lights. You're going to fail. And I guarantee it. You can call me, I'll be the first person you're calling, like, hey, Matt, you're right. That sucks. You just don't want to do it. You don't know how they're stored. You don't know if they're going to work. If there's a problem, where do you get the replacement bulb? Is it going to be the same? Is it going to match? Is the colors going to match? So it's really important to go into this. And this is the leasing model. You pre-qualify clients based on, this is how we operate. We lease the lights to you. We do not install, your lights. We can't do that. It does not cover it under insurance, however you want to spin it. But that's something you want to stay away from. You don't ever want to do it. Now, commercial is a little bit different, and that's what we specialize in, is commercial installations, cities, shopping centers, hotels, large, walk-through theme parks, things like that. That's a little bit different because you're not going to have somebody that's like, hey, why don't you install this, 60-foot tree? And no, you own it. We don't install that. It's a little bit different, but you set the expectations going into it that, hey, we're going to have to refurbish stuff. We're going to have to buy, this, we need some room for the refurbishment and things like that. So you got to set those expectations. With the commercial clients, that's a different story. And that's the next level beyond residential. If you decide you want to start, jumping into that. I think anybody that gets into the Christmas light industry should definitely be going after commercial. Maybe not your first year, get your feet wet with residential, get some clients there, learn the game. Then you start, capitalizing on the commercial side.
I did quite a few entryways to HOAs.
Yeah.
Down here in Florida, you get all the palm trees and stuff on the entryways. Sure. So a lot of communities like to decorate that.
Yeah.
Let's see, we got a question here. I'm actually trying to start this year.
We got a good question. There's a question from Jillian right there.
Yeah, she says, we actually are trying to start this year. Do you provide the lights? So yes, on a leasing model you do.
Yeah, so I think that's what she's asking. I don't think she's asking if I sell lights. I mean, I do have another company called WeSellChristmasLights.com. I don't think that's what she's asking. We provide the lights. So if I'm going out to your house, Jillian, and I'm bidding the project, looking at your house, I bid it. It's all included in the price. So we are providing the lights. I have full control over it. I store it. I install it. I maintain it. We take it down, and then we store it. Then the season, we'll bring it back the next season. It's all my product. I own it. Hopefully,
I know a big part of the business was just, if someone has a problem, being there right away to take care of it. So they're not going 3, 4, 5 days without lights.
Yeah.
So it's a full service for sure. And we do.
Yeah, and that stuff we teach you in training is, you want to set the expectations for the client too. We'll be out there within 24 to 48 hours to service it if something should happen. So you want to set that, so they know ahead of time, like, oh yeah, Tim's going to be out there. He said he'll be out there within 24 hours, or whatever you set. That's up to you.
I don't think I would have did 40 grand if I didn't have training. So, I mean, the training's like really, really important. I feel just everything from having how to install it. You could customize these. It's not like the box store ones where you can't cut them. Um,
Yeah, and you went through the training, so you got to see what it is. It's a lot of stuff. It's 2 days. We're trying to teach you a business in 2 days, and we're shoving a lot down your throat. And the nice thing about us is, we do have the training portal. I don't know if you ever took advantage of that, where everything we do in the training is all in the back end of our website. You can go in there. You can watch the videos later on if you want to. You can sit your team members down to watch, all the videos that you see in the training. So the ongoing support, that's what we really pride ourselves on, because we want you to be successful, Tim. You're going to come to ClippaCon, you're going to come to events that we're hosting or holding process. And that's really what we do, is we want you to be successful. You're going to buy products from us, possibly. If you don't, that's okay. We'll still be friends.
I love how helpful everyone is in the Christmas light industry. Like, everyone's pretty helpful, at least from my experience. January.
I got my favorite person on here, January.
Yeah, me and her have been working together. So she says, yes, I love the leasing model and add inventory each year. Switching to commercial changed my business for the better. I refuse to use anything that didn't come from Clippa ladies. Top notch.
Thank you. Appreciate the shout out. She's awesome.
Yeah, you got some good ladies working for you. I know that Courtney really, really took care of me last year.
Yeah.
Throughout the year, there's a lot of support with you guys too. It's not like you just take the course and you don't have support. Like, there's a ton of support that I got last year with Courtney, and that was awesome.
And we truly do want to see you become successul. We love seeing that. And that's one of the things, is seeing individuals grow. And Ramon Jones he trained with me probably 4 or 5 years ago now. And he's now one of my certified trainers. He's developed and grown so much over the years. He's going to do over $2 million this year. I mean, that, to me, that's amazing to see that. Now,
that is amazing.
Can I say it was Clippa that did? No, I trained him. I taught him all the basics and all that stuff, but you've got to run with it. You've got to be able to develop that business and run it. And to do a $2 million Christmas light business, he's doing something right there, obviously. But it's fun to see him. And that's the reason he's one of my trainers, because I want, to pass on his knowledge and his experience to the individuals that, are coming to our training. And that's important. All my trainers are installers. They're still installing, myself included. I'm out in the field all the time. And that's what keeps us fresh on content. That keeps us, the latest and greatest of what's going on in the season and the year. I'm out there all the time, and I love doing it. I enjoy really being out there and seeing the smile on the faces. You light up a tree and there's 3,500 people there, and everybody's, wow, they love it. That's pretty cool to see and experience that.
She says Ramon Jones is doing a ton of commercial.
Yeah,
you're gonna check out his videos. What's that on TikTok or?
I don't know.
You don't know?
No, I'm not sure.
Yep, that's massive for 5 years.
Yeah, he's doing amazing. So he's such a good guy too.
Mm-hmm. She says lots of hotels. I didn't think about that. Do a lot of hotels light up for Christmas?
Oh yeah. Yeah, we do several hotels. We're really big in the city, cities. We have I think we probably do 15 to 18 cities, and it's lighting up the whole city and square miles of different cities and stuff like that. So it's really cool to to project manage that and operate on that, and big tower trees, 60-foot tower trees, and just all sorts of really cool decor and different items. So that's the commercial side of it. So yeah, it's the hotels is a big opportunity right there.
I had a bid last year on a zoo. I didn't get it, but it was like 60 grand.
Okay.
Hopefully I might get it this year.
Did you have Clippa help you?
Yeah.
No, you didn't. No. It happens. You win some, you lose some. I mean, we bid, you throw enough mud against the wall, something's going to stick. And we don't win every single bid. I was just talking to you before we got on here. We just landed a bid last week, 60,000. But that was a process. That was a long haul of 3 months, going through interviews and submitting proposal after proposal and follow-up interviews and questions and stuff like that. And, we've done, probably 4 or 5 of those this year. And we didn't win them all. We've landed, 1 out of 4 or whatever it is. So you don't win them all. Cities, there's an RFP process, request for a proposal. You go through it. submit your bid and all that fun stuff. And it's an interview process. Hotels, shopping centers, little different story. We're out there, circling around and going out to shopping centers and seeing lights that are dangling. And even right now, you see Christmas lights that are up there year round. And then we put a phone call into, and we're getting meetings left and right because we're putting the calls out there. We're actually cold calling. And Chelsea teaches that stuff in our commercial training that we offer, cold calling, how to find the clients and things like that. But you really have to go after them and get on the phone. And people love talking Christmas. That's a cool thing about what we do is, get somebody on the phone. Oh, man, I love Christmas, or, whatever, just, it goes in the right direction. And it's not too many people.
It was a really, really fun business. I had a lot of fun. And, because you feel accomplished when you do it at the end of the job. It's lit up and they're happy and their kids are happy and they're doing it for their grandkids. And
yeah, sure.
I actually had one lady cry. I didn't know what to do. I'm like, but she just loved Christmas so much, she was happy.
Yeah. Yeah, you never know. It's an emotional sale. I mean, this is not something people need. I mean, they don't have to, buy this, purchase this. A lot of it's emotional sale, and you really don't know what emotions behind that. You don't know if they experienced, a loss during that time, or growing up as a kid, it was just special because their parents made it special. You just don't know, and that's really what it is an emotional sale. Which is really cool. And you get them excited. They see your excitement of when you're bidding it. Oh, we can do this. We can do these lights over here. And you're excited. They get excited. And boom, that's the sale process right there.
And because it's so emotional, they're going to do it next year. Isn't it something like a 90% retention rate?
Yeah, I would say if you're at an 85% retention, things happen. People move. People can't afford it, the economy, whatever the case is. Election year, people are freaked out because they don't know what's going to happen, things like that. But so I would say you should be at least 85% to 90% retention. Because again, people do move. Yeah, which is great. Yeah, as long as you're doing quality work. You've got to provide a quality service. But if they already like your gutter, installation, or they already like your pressure washing, they're gonna like your Christmas lights.
Then you got a whole CMR of a database so you can market to and kind of, see how January says, how's permanent lighting coming along? I see Raymond doing big installs with it. I'm intrigued. Seems it might be more installed during off season.
Yeah,
it's still seasonal, isn't it?
No. I mean, the permanent lighting, we like to call it multi-seasonal lighting. We've coined the phrase multi-seasonal lighting. Try to stay away from permanent lighting because there's a bad stigma to that, and there's contractors have to be involved. Anything you're permanently fixing to the house, you're supposed to be a contractor. So we like to call it multi-seasonal lighting. And it's an up and coming. There's a lot of different products out there. We actually offer a training for multi-seasonal. We did one at ClippaCon. We're going to do one here upcoming in Nashville right before the huge convention. It's a multi-seasonal lighting training. It's teaching you roof line lighting, different products, not just one. We're not shoving one down your throat. I'm going to teach you multiple different products that are available, and you kind of decide, oh, you know what, this is great for my area, or this is great for this area. So you have multiple tools in your belt that you can bid to the the homeowner and stuff like that. We're also going to teach you some stuff about trees. If somebody wants permanent lighting on trees, there is a permanent lighting solution for trees as well. A lot of people are just doing Christmas lights, and they're not meant to be out there for more than 90 days use at a time, and you're really setting yourself up for a lot of service calls, some issues with the lighting. It's just not going to last. So we've got some different products that we teach in our training for that type of install as well. So yeah, January, love to see you in Nashville. You can join us for that multi-seasonal lighting training.
I went to it at ClippaCon.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's good
because you got different styles. So one might fit better here, one might fit better there.
That's right. Yeah, you got to decide what's good for your territory. And people get concerned like, oh, you're taking away from the residential installs. It's not. If they have a $1,200 budget for Christmas lights, they may spend some lights and get some permanent lighting on the roof line. But then you know what? They're going to take that $1,200 and they're going to do trees. They're going to do bushes. They're going to do some some other elements on the property. They're not going to just, hey, we're good, we don't need anything else. They're going to get excited and they're going to put something else up, garland, wreaths, whatever. There's going to be other opportunities for that. So I don't see it taken away from the industry as far as the Christmas light install side of it.
I know that
Yeah, January. Woo.
let's see, we got a question here. I'm sure there's specialty stuff, but if you break it down for pricing like gutters would be footage. I've asked 1,000 times throughout the years, and I know there's good money, but I do not know where to begin to price. Obviously, compared to the companies in your market, doing it, but is there some base to start with, or just purely curious?
Yeah,
Um,
Tom, it's a great question. You want me to elaborate on that?
yeah,
Yeah. So, pricing is going to, fluctuate from, area to area. And it's funny when you see on forums like, oh, I do, $6 per foot, it's like, well, you probably have different expenses than I have. You might have, my workers' comp is, more expensive, or I have a bigger building, whatever the case is. So to take somebody's price off, a Facebook forum and run with that, it just doesn't make sense. So we've got a couple different options. We don't teach, how to go bid the job itself, but we do have an app that's available if you want to use that, where you can either do a per foot price. You can do, okay, I'm going to charge $6 per foot and plug it in there, and it'll calculate it for you. So you can actually go in and you can plug in a customer and you put, okay, I'm going to do roof lines, and you put 100 feet of roof lines, and it'll calculate all that stuff for you. Then you put what type of lights you're using. It's going to give you a light product, a product charge for lights. It's going to give you a labor charge, and then it's going to tell you what you should charge the client based on that. So pricing can fluctuate. We also have that app is going to calculate based on your expenses. So we do have a calculator. You can go in, you just punch in some numbers. What is your payroll? How much are you paying your employees? What is your workers' comp? If you really want to get down the nitty gritty, it's going to spit out a result that's going to be your per minute break even. What does it cost you per minute to step foot on that property is what it is. And you take that, you plug it in the app. All the calculations are going to be based on your actual, numbers that you input it in the system. So there's definitely stuff we have to help you on that. Pricing when it comes to commercial, we help tons of people close projects. So if you need help designing, if you need help selling it, we're here for you. We take you through the whole process. Whatever handholding you need through that process, we're here for you.
I know I had a big commercial bid I was doing recently, and I didn't know what to do because it was all color changing stuff. And Courtney helped me through the whole bidding process. So there is help there.
Yeah.
As far as what I did, though, there's tons of companies charging $6 a foot. I kind of went high. I was like 10 to 12 bucks a foot. My closing rate was obviously smaller. I only closed like 20%. But the reason why I charge high is because I spent a lot of money on marketing, and you got to have the money to afford it. And I knew that I was going to have a lower close ratio, but I just needed a ton of leads. And I think we had like 650 leads for the season.
Wow. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you're in this to make money. You don't want to be a nonprofit company. So you really got to make sure you're charging correctly and stuff like that. Can I tell you, Tim, you need to charge $6, per foot, or, me in California, our expenses are a lot higher and all that. So Florida is pretty high too. We're probably, $8-10 per foot, is what we're charging. And again, commercial's a little bit different, per strand. If I'm decorating a tree, we're charging $40 per strand to decorate a tree. If that palm tree is going to require, 10 strands, I'm charging $400. That's, install, that's takedown. And if I don't win it, that's okay, because I know what, my time, my value's worth. So that's how we price stuff up. But to Tommy, there's plenty of support to help you through that process and make sure that you're getting jobs and you're being profitable. Hope that answered the question.
So where is this person summit taking place? Yes. So we have the Gutter Summit. It's October 9th, 10th, and 11th. If you're wanting to go and you drop the word grow in the comments, I could give you 10% off.
Nice.
But yeah, no, if you just jumped on, Matt's going to be there. And, I think it's a great add-on service for gutters. If you slow down in the winter, I don't know why you wouldn't add Christmas lights.
Yeah, I'd love to. Everybody come up. We're gonna have a booth there, so I'd love to talk to anybody that has an interest in getting into the industry. And I can't stress enough, we're here to help you, Tim. You've experienced it. everybody that's trained with us can pretty much attest to it. That we are really in this to make sure you guys are successful and do whatever we can. So January's on here, so I'm sure she can attest to it as well.
And again, I wouldn't do it without training. It's going to make a big difference in your success of the season. You only have a short period of time to nail it, and then it's too late.
Yep.
It's in Georgia. It's in Atlanta. I'm sorry if I didn't say that. So, Atlanta, Georgia, 9th, 10th, and 11th.
Yep.
And it's going to be super educational, this event.
Yeah, really looking forward to it. I'm excited to be out there.
January is great, right?
I know. She's an advocate. I paid her to come on here and say nice things about us.
That's awesome.
We got to send you a Starbucks gift card or something, January.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to the summit. Do you guys have trainings before then? Is there any trainings that, because you don't want to wait too long. It's better to get trained earlier. I know I started marketing, I think, early October.
Yeah, we got trainings going all the way through September. Our last training that we offer is actually a virtual training, which I don't like doing just because I like the audience. I like being in front of people and seeing if they're confused, if they're not, just feeding off of them. But we do a virtual just for anybody that may have missed our in-person trainings. They can come do the virtual. Nice thing about the virtual is if you do attend it this year, you can come to one of it in person the next year at no additional charge. So if you want to join us for an in-person, we want to make sure, again, it comes down to being successful, and we want to make sure that you're successful. And we have that virtual September 26th and 27th. I got my schedule pulled up right now, but right now we've got 2 trainings this next week. We're doing a residential on Monday and Tuesday here in Orange County, California. So if you want to visit us, come on out. We'd love to see you. Go to Disneyland. We're about 20 minutes away. And then we're doing a commercial training next Thursday and Friday. And then we have Philadelphia, August 2nd and 3rd. And we've got Nashville, 20th and 21st. That's the one you went to last year. I think we had like 107 people at that one. That was a big one. Mm-hmm. And then we've got Austin, September 5th and 6th, and the virtual September 26th and 27th.
Awesome.
Yeah. So we've got plenty of opportunities to jump in.
I know that, that was the best thing I did go in there. And I did a lot of conventions last year. I did ClippaCon. I must have went to like 5 or 6 different ones. And there's not a single one that I didn't go to that I didn't pull a lot of information out of. I think that every convention I went to made me a lot of money. And so it's very important to go to these conventions if you've never been. The gutter industry really hasn't had too many conventions until the past 3 years or so. So it hasn't been big in the industry yet, but you definitely want to go to conventions.
Yeah, a lot of people go to conventions. They don't take advantage of it. It's like, hey, I learned so much, but then they don't take and run, implement the stuff into their company. It's great to talk about it, but implementing it in your company is a different story. So you've got to make sure that you're not just attending, you're really soaking it in and you're talking to people and, you're really getting involved in it. All right, Jillian, there you go.
You have one in Nashville coming up again?
Nashville is going to be August 20th and 21st. We have that. And then we have our multi-seasonal lighting is going to be on the 22nd. And then we have the huge convention, which is the 23rd and 24th. That's a Opryland. That's a power washing, pressure washing trade show. Big one. It's a good show. So we're speaking at that one as well.
I went to it last year. It was a good show.
Yeah, it's a good show. So it's good for us. It works out.
Do it. How can they contact you? What's the best way?
They could either visit the site, just go to clippa.com. You click on trainings. We have a training schedule right there. They can register through that, or they can just email Chelsea. So it's Chelsea@clippa.com. And she can definitely help them out.
That's awesome. Yeah, for those of you, I see a couple people just jumped on. Christmas lights is a great add-on business for companies that slow down in the wintertime and you need some extra work. It will fill that space. But what I love about it is it gives you recurring revenue that you're going to have every single year. And ultimately, it's going to add to your bottom line. So definitely come see us at the summit. Matt, it was great having you on here. I appreciate you coming on here and jumping on. I'm definitely excited to see you at the summit.
Yeah. Thank you for the opportunity to speak, and really looking forward to it. And you guys have supported us a lot, along the way. So really looking forward to being out there to help you guys out, and hopefully we can bring some to the table like you guys do for us. We're looking forward to it, and I appreciate you wearing the shirt. Anybody doesn't know, like he wore that for me. I always get I look like Will Ferrell, so there it is right there.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Good deal, Matt. Thanks for coming on.
All right, thanks, Tim. Appreciate it.
All right, man. See you.
Take care. Bye.